I think amazing capabilities are being developed. Thank you, Chungmin Lee. The next session we have Guruprasad from HDFC. He's head of data science at HDFC. We have been working and partnering with them for quite some time. So thank you for coming in, Guruprasad. So with him, I think I'll welcome Guruprasad.
Thank you so much. This is going to be an industry session. I think since morning you have heard the global bank speak. You have heard global telecom speak. You also heard Seema ma'am speaking about insurance. And I think mortgage cannot be left behind, right? This is going to be a mix of industry and a little bit of practitioner session. Before I start, I just want to grab hold of the clicker so that I'll be able to take you to the next slide. Yeah? Is it up? Okay. So before I talk about what I would want to just present, so HDFC Limited, as you all know, we are the leaders in mortgage industry, and we have a 6 lakh crore loan book managed by only 3,800 people. Okay, so you can imagine how the processes would be, how we are able to do it efficiently and intelligently. Okay. Another thing is, if I look at our AUM, AUM is roughly about 7 lakh crores. And the total customer base till date in last 40-45 years, we are roughly about 70 lakh customers, and live customers are about roughly 40 lakhs. So that's the scale of HDFC Limited for you. In terms of technology, as of today, roughly more than 94-95% of our customers, they use online channels to come to us. We also are deeply invested in, we are the #1 company in India to go live on Salesforce. We are also #1 company in mortgage who are using H2O. I can say that with your permission, Abhi. Also, what we have done is we have embedded AI into the entire processes of the mortgage. Okay, what Seema ma'am also mentioned, you remember she showed a big and a very nice chart which had the workflow of the entire process which is happening. Last but not the least, the way we also manage, we are a very conservative organization. If you see our NPS, it's the lowest in the industry. We don't give loan just for the sake of giving a loan. Right? We have our underwriting process, which is extremely robust. That's the reason our management is quite comfortable with whatever growth we have. We are not going to grow just because of the sake of growing. So the digital and technology innovation is coming through our MD, Mr. Renu ma'am, our CTO, Mr. Abhijit Singh. He is driving the innovations at HDFC Limited at a pace which probably no other mortgage company is able to do that in India. We are also taking lessons from outside, and today, as I speak, there are close to about 40 unique solutions from fintech, or roughly about 20 fintechs that we are working with. So much so about HDFC Limited, yes, we are the #1, but what are we here for? Now, my idea is to basically help you understand. I'm just having a problem. Okay, now the clicker has worked. It's gone 2 spaces back. Okay, so I would want to talk about the current financial trends which is happening. Why I'm saying this, you'll probably be able to correlate in next 2 minutes. If you look at the ecosystem as based on the economic survey as of 31st January 2023, this is the latest I'm talking about. So our government has come with a unique solution of account aggregators. Now, what those account aggregators are doing, all your credit card, all your savings bank account details, those would be fed to an account aggregator. Now, this is a trend, okay? And this trend, as of today, as we speak, roughly about 110 crore bank accounts have been linked. Close to about 3.8 million customers, they have been able to share their data on the account aggregator platform. If I'm not wrong, close to about 30, 35 banks, they have also tied up with this account aggregator. There are various mechanisms in which they are able to tie up. Now, this is what is going to be an input as a document to you. You're getting where I'm leading to now? I'm talking about document AI. Why everybody is talking about document AI since morning? You get millions of documents, you get millions of pages. Look at GST return, okay? If I talk about GST, close to about, there are close to about 12.5 million taxpayers in India who are GST filing. Every GST filing, there are minimum three filings that you, rather two minimum filings every month that you need to do and one on a yearly basis. So that makes 25 filing per taxpayer. 25 into 12 million is 300 million documents. Now people sitting here in banking, people sitting here who are giving a business loan, who are underwriting for any of your products, financial products, the ability to absorb the document, the ability to read the document, annotate it, as we are also understanding from today's session what Mr. Sri told in his opening keynote about annotating a document, classifying them. For example, a customer is submitting his KYC document. He's submitting his PAN card. He's submitting his Aadhaar card. He's submitting his banking statement. He's submitting his salary statement. Now, use document AI. Classify them. First thing, classify them. One folder goes to PAN card, one folder goes to Aadhaar card, and so on. After classification, what do? I will read them. Am I right? And how do I read them? There are various means. One of them is H2O.ai. You saw document AI today, right? Once you start reading it, there would be different formats. For example, salary statement, there are roughly about 25,000 IT companies in India. 25,000 different salary statements you're going to get, different formats you're going to get. If I create a segment of them, close to about 100 different forms you'll get. Now you want to read it. After you're reading it, you're going to classify it, right? So that's where document AI comes in place. Again, we spoke about, Seema ma'am spoke about health claims, so I'm not going to talk more about it. But now you overlay all these things with a BNPL. BNPL is nothing but buy now, pay later, okay, which Amazon is offering. Now overlay that with e-commerce, Amazon shopping, overlay that with the digital lending, overlay that with healthcare and so on. So many documents to read. Now these trends are going to disrupt the way people are going to read documents, and as I said, document AI is the next one. Now let's get into the business process. I'm from industry, so I'll talk about, you have your customers who would have a credit card, who would have a personal loan, who would want to get into an auto loan or a home loan or an insurance policy and so on. Okay, now all those documents you would basically get into, and you would want to kind of like scope and prioritize. I'm just on the left-hand side of the screen. I finished point number 1, serial number 1, I'm on serial number 2. Serial number 2 says that I'm going to scope and prioritize. What I mean by that is, classify good documents, bad documents. Now, focus on good documents first. Your call center, your channel, your frontline, they can talk to those people who don't have uploaded a proper document. Quality of document is suffering, so you can talk to them. Now you are doing something called a straight-through processing. Okay, you are creating swim lanes. In those swim lanes, what you do is then I would prospect. How I will prospect? I will read a bank statement. I'll understand who is an HNI customer. I will understand what is his savings. I will understand what are his obligations and so on. I am prospecting them. I am then doing a targeting. Is this not an industry thing that we do on a day-to-day basis? This is right. This is what we do. And how do we do it? You use AI. You embed AI in each and every processes so that your efficiency is increased, or you are reducing your risk. The moment you reduce your risk, basically you're improving your bottom line, or you improve revenue. The moment you improve revenue, you are increasing your top line. So anyways, somewhere or the other, AI would play a role, and documented AI is going to be just one piece of that puzzle for you, right? Now, after I prospected, I'm going to collect the document. I already spoke about documented AI, how you can use it. Then you would use feature. You generate features out of it. For example, from a bank statement, I will say what is the grocery expenditure a person is doing, what is an online expense is doing, what is NACH is doing to pay a rent or to pay an EMI. I will classify them. I will use feature store. Again, there are various ways of doing it. One of the best ways of doing it is feature store of H2O. Right? So I'm embedding in every place I'm embedding AI. Once I've done feature store using AI, earlier to create features, I used to do a lot of data engineering. Now, citizen data scientist can do feature engineering. After I've done that, I've created the features, then there are 2 or 3 different things I would do. I would then classify that customer as a risk, and I would say, oh, no, this is a risky customer. I don't want to give him a home loan. Please get aside. Or if I'll give you a home loan, this is the rate of interest that you're going to pay. That rate of interest is going to be higher. Now I'm on point number 6. I'm classified the risk. Now I'm going to underwrite him. Now I can underwrite him for a personal loan. I can underwrite him for an auto loan. I can underwrite him for anything, even insurance as well. I'm not limiting this use case to just banking. I'm limiting it to totally BFSI. Now, after I have done underwriting, there would be reports that I would want to know. You can look at waves, H2O waves, if anybody has used it, to give you real-time dashboards. Okay? Now, this is not AI. Somebody might say, no, this is not AI. Yeah, I agree, but once you have one homogeneous system where you can do end-to-end stuff from data engineering to reporting to AI to document AI to large language models and so on. So that's a homogeneous spectrum and the support becomes easier. After I've done my selling, I would then get into customer has selected a product and then now I'm going to get into cross-selling. I'm becoming greedy. Guruprasad is only having a savings bank account. Why not give him अरे उसको insurance दे दो ना यार. Right? Business wants more. ये दिल मांगे more. Right? That's where the pace we get into. Now, after I've done the cross-sell, I have exhausted. Now, customer starts defaulting. He has taken a credit card. He has taken a personal loan. He has taken an auto loan. Customer is also greedy. He says, yaar, मैं home loan भी लेता हूँ, and suddenly he defaults in his credit card. Now, I want to find out before he defaults, when he's going to default. For that, you use driverless AI. See, I'm trying to embed one piece of product into your business processes, right? There are multiple ways. There might be thousands of ways. But there was to be one way, right? So that's the one way which I think is useful to us, is what I'm going to do. Then you would also do measurement of performance of customer, how they are working, not working, मैंने कितना sale किया, नहीं किया, agent working, not working. Again, waves is there. Next slide, please. So I focused a little bit on understanding what documents I'm collecting today. And if you look at the process of document AI, what I will do is, I would like to do is, I have got a bank account statement. I would want to read. Now, bank account statement, there are close to about 250 different banks. 250 different banks means at least 100 formats. So 100 format means at least 50 models is what you're going to build. Now, can you build 50 models in a month? No. You need to get up to speed. So what are the steps in getting into understanding a document is, A, as I said, I will annotate the document. What I mean by annotation is, I will say, this is where name is coming. Okay? I have captured the name. Now, if I'm talking of KYC document, Aadhaar card, standard document, right? PAN card, standard document. Do I need different models? No, one model is sufficient for Aadhaar card, one model is sufficient for PAN card. But for bank statements, I would need to have so many models. So after I've understood name, address, now that name address, you can use feature store to basically check whether the name address of my customer who was given to me is existing in my system, is existing or not. If it is existing, is he a new customer to me or is he an existing customer to me? See, in industry, I would like to patronize my existing customer more, कि भैया आजा बैठ, typically, because by means of giving him more products and services, right? So I would want to first know whether he's coming to me for the first time. How I will know? I will do a dedupe check. After the dedupe check is come, I will then tell him, okay, you are new to me, sir, please tell me what you would want to get. But before I want to tell him what do you want to get, I would want to understand the entire bank detail. Again, I go back to annotation. Now, what you would want to annotate, there will be different places in the field where you would want to mark it up. If you do traditional R Python code, yes, there are ways of doing it. I don't deny that, and I respect that as well, because that's how the entire AI has evolved in the last 15, 20 years. Okay, R Python, a newer run, but earlier there was SAS, there were other languages which were useful. Now, I would want to use a low-code, no-code platform. A low-code, no-code platform will basically allow even a business partner, even a business team, even a person who is a frontline officer, if I give him access, and if he's collecting document. Now, when I say document, I'm not just saying true PDF. I'm also saying image. Why image? Because my salesperson, my frontline staff, he will collect my salary slip, he'll put it on a table, he'll click an image and tuck, upload. Now the quality of image, how it is, we don't know, because the kind of mobile the salesperson is going to use, not everybody would have an iPhone, not everybody would have an high-end phone. Someone in a remote place, he may not have a good phone. Now the ability to read that document on an image, okay, that annotations are difficult. If I have some software, if I have some no-code, low-code platform, which will basically read them for you with only 10% intervention. Am I removing the human here? No, I am not removing the human here, because I am making the person to make sure that you please understand whether this document is correct or not correct. Some processes, you would have a maker checker, one will make it, the another will check it, and then it finally gets passed, correct? So all those systems can happen, but the time that was taken is shrinking. When the time is shrinking, that means the number of customers that you are going to talk to, you are getting more bandwidth, right? You are not going to go on a holiday after doing 2 files or 20 files, right? You will say, no, give me more. So, ye dil mange more. That's why we are saying use embed AI into multiple processes to make sure that you get to it. Now, I spoke about self-service labeling, okay? Now, I would want to just focus on document classification. I already spoke about it, but just to touch point about it, why document classification is required is, today, if I want to approve, now, personal loans are pre-approved, auto loans are also pre-approved. Today or tomorrow, home loan will also be pre-approved. Trust me, and we will be the number one to do that. Okay, of course, based on certain parameters and all. So in this scenario, I will want to basically, I'll talk one more concept for you, which will be different than what I've been talking till now. What I would want to do is, Guruprasad has applied for a home loan to HDFC Limited. He has submitted 6 bank statements. He has submitted 3 salary slips. He has submitted KYC document. In KYC, he has submitted PAN card, Aadhaar card, and so on. Okay? But in all his salary slips, his variable pay is not there. Okay? Now his variable pay is not there. Typically what happens is, an underwriter will go through reams of paper and he'll say, sir, आपका तो variable पे दिख नहीं रहा है, अगर आप variable पे add करोगे तो I'll give you 2 more lakh loan or 5 more lakh loan, because your variable pay will increase your home loan eligibility, right? Now, after I process this document through document AI, I would want to call the customer, right? Now, I can do it manually, or I'll put another AI over here. Please remember, basic thing, we are inventing machines to mimic human. What does a human do? He thinks, he sees, he hears, he speaks, there is touch as well. Correct? These are the basic things that we are doing. A machine accepts smell. Till date, there is no AI which is going to do smelling for you. Anybody here, any Kaggle master, if he does that, then Sashtang Namaskar to you. Smell cannot be done. Trust me. Even thinking, Google is saying, Google Alter Ego. I have a system which in next 5 years, Google Alter Ego will understand what Abhi sitting there, he is thinking and what is talking to Sandeep. See? So, I will not go to Alter Ego. I'll come back to what I was talking about. Now, do I want to call the person, do I want to call the salesperson to Guruprasad saying you are not given your variable pay? No, I'll put a conversational AI engine. We again, one of the first one to put conversational AI engine in India. What does it do? It will say, hi Guruprasad, is this a good time to talk? Guruprasad say, no, I'm busy. Then he say, okay, I'll call back. Again the bot will call, because the bot is also like human. You have trained the bot to be like human, right? He'll again call after 1 day. He'll say, Guruprasad, is a good time to talk? No, bolo, what is it? Tell me. Then the bot will say, sir, this is regarding your loan application number. You have submitted bank statements, you have submitted salary slip, but I need one help. What? Sir, can you submit one salary slip which has your variable pay in there? Why? Why? Sir, in the variable pay, na, you have given it in your salary slip. It is there in a bank statement, but I want to see it in salary slip also. Now see, this is bi-directional communication. This is not a recorded message. Please bear in mind. Now, embed. See, the idea of talking of this industry session is basically to tell you, embed AI wherever you go. I'll tell you an example. I think I have another 13 minutes. I'll tell you an example. I want to bore you to death. 1800s, in 1800s, 1860s around, so what happened is, those horses in England, in New York City, England, UK, and New York, US, so all there now, there are roughly about 50,000 horses in UK, and roughly about 100,000 horse carts in the US. What used to happen is, they used to roam around the entire city. Okay? But when they used to roam around, they used to put manure everywhere. It was called a horse manure issue. And it was such a big issue. Cleaning up that stuff itself was a big problem. Why I'm saying this example? Why I'm giving this example? As and when we keep improving processes, we keep adding new software technologies and all, we increase the technology debt. That keeps on growing. So until and unless you bring AIs of the world, you bring RPAs of the world, you bring decisioning systems of the world, this debt will not get clear. Sooner or later, your competitor is going to do it. You better do it now, if you want to be ahead of the space. Today, why IFCO Tokyo is ahead? Because they did something different. What Seema ma'am said, 100,000 files coming in, doctors not able to understand what those files are. So, it's an edge. That edge is required. I'll go to the next slide. Next one, please. So, I'll pause here. This is the last slide, actually. I'll pause here. In today's session, trust me, there were a lot of key learnings that was given to you. Why this is blank? Those key learnings, you please take a blank slate with you, a blank page. Go back. People in industry, start writing down your processes. Try mapping it to what AI intervention you want to bring into your system. You might fail. Do it, discuss with your friends. Enrich it. Go to Google. Google is there to tell you a lot of things. It will tell you what are the large language models available, which one to use, which one not to use. The entire dictionary of entire humankind is there with Google. So use that. That's why that blank slide was there. Please don't stop here. Thanks to H2O. Today's session, there were a lot of learnings. CBA spoke, AT&T spoke. We had fireside chat with Mr. Sri. And Sri is an amazing human mind. Trust me, he will listen 90% of the time and he'll talk 10%. This is the first time I'm speaking and speak for 2 hours. Trust me, guys. Amazing mind, amazing intelligence, and what you see in H2O today is because of him and his team members, of course. The Kaggle Grandmasters, the engineering team, the DevOps team, and everybody. But please make a favor for yourself. Go back, take a blank page, and write down your journey, what you want your company to use AI. I'll pause here. Thank you so much. It was good. You've been a kind audience of listening to me. Thank you so much.